Sometime last week, I saw a tweet from Ben Jacobs about Manchester United's financial situation as a result of what was released in the first quarter of 2025. And apparently, it was posted and it summarizes kind of like key announcements from Manchester United's third quarter of 2024, financial results and operational updates. And it also includes financial figures, statements from the club's officials, and also details of ongoing, and future projects. First, so I'm just here to kind of bring some of the key highlights of that. And that's just to tell you that Man United are really not as broke as we thought. We made some profits and we're still building, right? But, I'm just giving you some key highlights of, the financial indicators for Manchester United. Now, the post by Ben Jacobs and other reputable outlets kind of details several positive financial indicators for Manchester United. First, it was about total revenues. So we're just going to summarize it quickly. Total revenues, it increased by 17.4% in the quarter. With operating profit, the company also recorded an operating profit of £0.9 million in that quarter. A significant improvement, compared to operating loss of 56.2 million in the third quarter of the fiscal year 2024, third quarter 2024. So the point is basically saying cost-cutting measures and all of that increased our profit in the club. And then we're talking about kind of like adjusted EBITDA, which we're just going to quickly check what it means. EBITDA. So quickly, just do a quick Google here. What EBITDA means. So EBITDA is basically, it stands for earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization, right? The earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization. Now, with the earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation and amortization, it rose to £51.2 million, marking a 274% increase on quarter 3 fiscal 2024 year. Now, with regards to 2025 guidance, Manchester United has tightened its revenue guidance for fiscal 2024 year, 2025, to a range of £660 million to £670 million, and the adjusted EBITDA guidance has also been raised to between £180 million and £190 million. Now, with regards to operational and infrastructural updates, beyond just the physical results, the tweet also highlighted several operational and infrastructural developments. First, the Carrington training ground. Obviously, we already got the breaking news last season that Carrington was going to be redeveloped. Work continues on the £50 million Carrington training ground redevelopment, which is also expected to be completed before the 25-26 season. Now, the club emphasizes that it is continuing to focus on infrastructure, viewing Carrington as the central for providing world-class facilities for all teams and staff. Now, there is also the success from the women's team, basically also highlighted in that tweet. The club expressed pleasure with the women's team performance, which secured a third-place league finish, qualifying for the UEFA Champions League. They also reached the FA Cup final and won the inaugural World 7 Series. Now, the contract of head coach Marc Skinner has also been extended. Now, on the other hand, Old Trafford redevelopment, with regards to the Old Trafford redevelopment project, Man United has also announced an aspiration to pursue a new 100,000-seater stadium at the heart of the regeneration of Old Trafford area. Now, this project is seen as a catalyst for growth and investment and in the local community, with ongoing collaborations with stakeholders, including the central government. Now, this tweet highlighted a whole lot of things. With regards to the quotes from club officials, the tweet also included direct quotes from two figures. Omar Berrada, first and foremost, he expressed pride in reaching the UEFA Europa League final, but disappointment with the Premier League finish, acknowledging that the club fell below standards and expects significant improvement. The tweet also highlighted Marc Skinner's quotes, basically the head coach of women's team, saying that he reiterates his satisfaction with the Champions League qualification and his satisfaction with the women's team's achievements, including the third place finish. Now, the FA Cup final appearance, and then he also acknowledged the extension of his contract. So, which means that all things are going pretty okay. Now, the overall message from all of this is that the tweet conveys a message of financial recovery, basically, and a strategic investment in the club's future, both on and off the pitch. Now, it also balances, positive financial performances and ongoing development projects, and also acknowledges areas for improvement, particularly in the men's first team. The inclusion of, the quotes of Omar Berrada and even Marc Skinner kind of gave us an insight into what the club is thinking, and it also reinforces the commitment to growth and success of the club. Now, it is very important that, we as Manchester United fans understand what is really going on, because a lot of fans didn't understand what was going on, and they were busy, just saying things about, the way Manchester United is being run, calling all sorts of names to Sir Jim Ratcliffe and all of that, forgetting the fact that there were some underground things going on. And I said this, I think, in one of my videos, when I said that there are certain things that are going on underground that we're not seeing, but we see all the cost-cutting measures. And the cost-cutting measures is kind of like to kind of reduce expenditure on a bloated club. Albeit, it is sad to see that dedicated Manchester United staff are losing their job. And some of the things that are, or the perks of working for Manchester United is no longer there. But the truth is, the leadership is doing something that when the club recovers and when it balances out, there's a chance that people are also going to be recruited. And I feel very bad and very, very sad for those who have lost their jobs and all of that in the process of cost-cutting measures. But this third quarter financial analysis kind of gives us an insight into what is going on and how the club is trying to recover. We're building inside and outside. We're building off the pitch and on the pitch. So let's keep our powders dry and let's support the club and support the owners, especially Sir Jim Ratcliffe, not the Glazers. And then we can now build from there and start to grow as a club and as a team. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts and feelings about this. Manchester United eventually isn't broke and we're trying to make deals come through and all of that. But let me know your thoughts and feelings about everything. And I'll see you on the next one. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit notification bell so you don't have to miss anything as it relates to Manchester United. I'll see you on the next one. Take care, goodbye, and God bless.